Hey guys, and welcome to the last JT Lego video of 2022. To commemorate the year of 2022, I thought I'd just talk about some of the great sets that we've had over the year. Currently here in Australia, it's Christmas, not Christmas, it's New Year's Eve, so Happy New Year to everyone, and let's get into the first set. So, first of all, I've just logged onto Brickset. Um, Yeah, and I just filtered out the sets to show the 2022 sets. Um, yeah, so let's have a look at the Boutique Hotel. This is one of the few sets in my collection. It's a great set. Definitely one of the top tier sets of the year. There were great minifigures, and the build was really uh amazing. Uh, the next set is 10298, the Vespa 125. This is another great expert vehicle. Yeah. The Real Madrid Santiago Bernabeu Stadium. Uh, it looks it would be it's a great set for especially for soccer fans and um yeah. The Back to the Future Time Machine or the DeLorean. It was great. It came with Dr. Brown and Marty McFly. You could actually change up this set to feature the DeLorean from each of the Back to the Future movies, because somehow because it actually changed appearances between each movie. Here is Optimus Prime. This was another great set of the year. Uh, but it was great because of what it represented, because the Transformers is a license owned by Hasbro, which is a competitor of Lego, so it was nice. It was nice to see two competing companies working together, and Optimus Prime does actually transform into a truck. The Loop Coaster was another great set from the Fairground collection. Uh, um, it is quite large though. That's the only thing holding it against it. Um, but it needed that height to get the momentum to do the two loops. Um, yeah, so the minifigures are great, and yeah. The 10304 Chevrolet Camaro Z28 from 1969. This was another great set. As you can see, there's a bunch of extra pieces here, which means that it was interchangeable. Like you could change out the dark gray there for white or dark red. If I was to buy it, I would make it white. And you could take the roof off to make it convertible, which is another great feature. Um, As you can see, you can change out the license plate, and they have those tags, I guess you could call them, that you put on a car mirror. Another one of the best sets for sure of 2022 was the Lion Knights Castle. It's just an amazing set. Represents the return of Lego Castle. I like the Black Falcons and the Lion Knights, the cowl molding, and this could actually open up to show the interior detail and close up. There's a drawbridge as well as a fence that comes down. Um, yeah, and there were a bunch of different play features. The Atari 2600 was an alright set. I reckon they should have gone for like a Wii or like a Xbox or PlayStation or Switch first, because they're more current. I don't really know anyone who's had it at Atari. Then again, I haven't asked anyone about it. But these mini builds are really cool, and uh, the minifig scale room there is quite nice as well. The Eiffel Tower was one of the best sets I reckon of the year. The only thing holding it against it, or a couple things, is just so large and hard to display, and as you can see, it would be quite repetitive. The Holiday Main Street from the Winter Village collection was great. Like there's a couple of great hair pieces and a bunch of different minifig accessories for like musical instruments. The Succulents was another good set. Yeah. Amazing detail. The orchids. I ran a poll on Instagram, polling everyone of the best Lego set under 100 Australian dollars, and this won that poll. So it was good. Like I personally built it myself, and it's a really cool display piece. They used a Technic frame to build the pot, which was amazing. The Galaxy Explorer is an alright set for classic space fans with two classic spacemen each in red and white. Um, I believe this is a remake of an older set. Yeah, oops, sorry about that. Don't know if you heard that. Lego Mickey Mouse was alright. Um, not it's aimed at a younger audience, so it's the same with Lego Spidey and his amazing friends. Yeah, they're alright sets. Same with Duplo. Right sets. I like how they had bathtub fun sets. Um, what you play? I like the wild animals of each continent. I just want all these animals in minifig scale. Yeah. The seasonal. That's an Duplo set that was alright. Um, classic. Oh, just architecture. There we go. Singapore was the only skyline of the year. That's a pretty good set. I've personally been to Singapore, and that's Marina Bay, which is quite nice. They filmed Crazy Rich Asians up there. Um, the Great Pyramid of Giza was quite good as well. I do wish that it was tan like its current um color, but like it makes sense because originally it was white, the Great Pyramid of Giza, but over thousands of years it has become tan, which makes sense why they went for the original color scheme. Lego Minecraft, it's alright. The fox is an interesting build. I personally don't collect Minecraft, so don't have the most things to say. The barn is quite nice. The llama village. This is ideas. So the Sonic the Hedgehog set was cool. Uh, Egghead looks a bit off. I think that's his name. Egghead. Someone please correct me in the comments. I should say it here. Dr. Eggman. Same thing. I like the Sonic minifigure. Sonic was actually nominated as one of the best non-CMF minifigures in that poll. The Globe was another great set. From memory from YouTube videos, it was a bit repetitive. Um, but I do like the idea of a globe. But Europe just does not look like Europe. Um, Africa looks amazing though. Vincent van Gogh's Starry Night. This was an amazing set. I would like to see more artworks be done. I know they're doing the Great Wave in art, and they've done the Rolling Stones, and yeah, but like, and Andy Warhol. But yeah, I would like to see them do other artworks. The Jazz Quartet. As a music fan myself, I really appreciate this set. Um, I like the gold dishes to represent the symbols of the drum kit, and the character building is really cool. The motorized lighthouse was another amazing set. Obviously, being motorized, uh, there's a good most of it probably is stunt techniques. The Office was an amazing set for Office fans. Cliff Rider recently got it as a present, so he's really happy to get it. Shout out to him. Um, yeah, so Dwight Schrute here was actually nominated as one of the best figures. I don't know if he won the poll, actually. He may have won the poll. I don't know for sure. Yeah. Table football was another good set. It just doesn't really work as a good um foosball table because it's just very cramped. But they had to sacrifice the space in order to get it to actually work and not put stress on the parts. This is a parts pack. I did do a reveal of this set on the channel. I'll put a card to it. Yeah. Here is some Lego Technic sets and Speed Champions. So, a Harry Potter polybag, you could basically build your own Hogwarts, which is really cool. Yeah. Spider-Man polybag, Batman, the ATSC, that was alright. Classic. These creator sets were alright. These are just a bunch of polybags. These are the creator sets. The Fantasy Forest creatures looks really cool. Supersonic Jet, Street Racer. The Dolphin and Turtle and the Majestic Tiger were both nominated. They did lose to the Orchids, but like it's fine. Still a cool set. The Viking ship and Midgard Serpent. I like how this was the first creator set to introduce a new minifigure piece with that um hairpiece. Elvis Presley the King art. This was an amazing set. I reckon they should do more musicians as art like Rick Astley and Ed Sheeran. Um, Batman. This was a great set. Like you could get Harley Quinn and the Joker, or you could combine multiple to make the Batman and Catwoman, the Rolling Stones art. That was another alright set. Um, Floral art. Yeah, you could do different models as well. Uh, the postcards was an interesting new idea with the New York, Beijing, um, the haunted Disney house. That was good. The sunflowers. These two minifigure accessory packs were really cool. I was pretty close to buying each of them. I love the minifigures. Yeah. Here are just a couple promos. That was a good large family homestead kitchen with Baru, Aunt Baru. Though she does reuse the Helga Hufflepuff face. The vintage taxi was another good promo of the year. Uh, the brick sketches, these two were amazing. They actually look like their characters. I think Miles Morales just looks a little bit better than Iron Man. This Ahsoka Tano brickhead is great. The line dance guy, Manchester United and Barcelona. Yeah, I only have one brick set, so some of these are really cool. Yeah, the Hoth Defense of Hoth and Clone Trooper Command Station minifigure accessory packs were really cool as well. The Professors of Hogwarts was great, but Kids packs because it was the first of the four, but that does make it expensive. Yeah. Dots pencil holder, that was a good set. These two postcards were great. I'm still on the hunt for the Paris one. I just got the Paris architecture set for Christmas, so maybe I don't need it. London postcard was great. The Christmas tree was great. Lego brand store, Hogwarts Grand Staircase. The Eiffel's apartment was the promo to go along with the purchase of the Eiffel Tower. As you can see, there's a model of the Eiffel Tower here. Good to see some gun pieces. Alright, let's go on to the next page. I'll try and keep this video a bit shorter. Lego Friends, this was a good year for Friends, in my opinion. Sorry, something happened with Chrome. The Canal Boat looks really cool. Friendship Treehouse is great to celebrate the 10th year anniversary of Lego Friends. Main Street Building, that was another great set, nice and colourful. The Roller Disco Arcade was great. The Emma's Art School cycling truck, Andreas Theatre School, Mia's Wildlife Rescue was great. Um, yeah, and then here's Dots, like good to get a bunch of different printed tiles, but it's just not my jam. These message boards were also nominated. It's good to see in that poll. It's good to see different ways you can present art, and that's what Dots is good for. Bunch of stationary stuff. Here is Technic. So the Batman Batmobile was great. The BMW M1000RR was a great motorcycle. Monster trucks. Uh, all-terrain vehicle. The 42140 app-controlled transformation vehicle. That was a great set. McLaren Formula One race car. Great set. The Lego Technic supercar for the year was a Ferrari Daytona SP3. This was a great set. It has butterfly doors, I believe, with a printed UCS display plaque. It really married both technique and system building, which was great to see. The Airbus rescue helicopter was another great set. Um, uh, Ariel's Underwater Palace was another good set for Lego Disney Princesses. Lego City. I recently got this as a birthday present, which is great. It's an alright set, good for my city that I'm currently in the process of building. The Mobile Crane was another great set. Um, Picnic in the Park. Uh, Now this is a great set. This was nominated. They're making a bathtub jump bike. It's amazing. Um, Express passenger train and freight train. Uh, they were great. The Lego City Stunts has been a great sub-theme with the double loop stunt arena. It was just a bit overpriced, but that's because of the colors of the track pieces. Um, this chicken hen house was a great set. Uh, the farmer's market van. Good to see the new corn pieces. The barn and farm animal. This was quite a poorly priced set, but it did come with a whole bunch of new uh, animal accessories, which is what I like to see, like a new calf piece, the return of the cow, uh, new lamb, piglet. Yeah, the grocery store. It's something we rarely see from Lego City, so it's good to see a grocery store. Lego Space, that was alright. So let's keep rolling. The Lego CMS for the year, they were all pretty good. My favorite for the year was Series 22. The highlights being Robot Repair Tech, Snow Guardian, Horse and Groom, Night Warrior, and the Space Creature. As you can see on the right with the green, I own a couple of these. Uh, let's keep rolling. The Muppets, they were right. I'm not usually not typically a Muppets fan. Kermit the Frog did win that poll, probably because it was licensed. Um, yeah. And then the last CMF series of the year was the Series 23. The Nutcracker was a good highlight. The Sugar Fairy, uh, the Cardboard Rope. I don't know why that's not on my own. Um, yeah. So and the Fairy Captain. So this was a good series. Um, it's just a bunch of costumes, which isn't the greatest. The Super Mario expansion sets are right. They should just make minifigures though. They have their own building character packs. They were alright. Just show me Bowser. Yeah. Princess Peach's castle was great. Um, yeah, good to see a different um location, but they should just make it as a D2C and end with minifigures. Sorry, Chrome's just stuffing up today. There we go. Sorry about that. Okay, so here's Bowser. This was a great set. Like, it's a giant model of Bowser. It's like the size of a plushie, and then it's a bit compatible with the electronic figures of Mario, Luigi, and Peach. You can shoot the fireball out of his mouth. Um, yeah. Ninjago was an alright theme this year. A couple of good sets. The Crystal King, Lloyd's Golden Ultra Dragon. It's a abnormal to see so much gold. Um, yeah. Star Wars, the Snowtrooper Battle Pack. This was a great set. I've only got one, but it's yeah. I don't really army build at this stage. Um, this was a great set. Good. The Hoth ATST, the Justifier, that was a great set. Dark Trooper Attack, and the Mandalorians and one Starfighter, both good to rep to be based off the Mandalorian season 2. Boba Fett's throne room. Sorry about that. Luke Skywalker's Red 5 helmet, Mandalorian were both great. Good to see the introduction of Lego dioramas with the Death Star Trench Run, Dagobah, trash compactor somewhere. The UCS Razor Crest. So this was a great set. I did do a feel for this set. Um, it's just so like I mean like it's a giant spaceship and like multiple stories. You could basically take off the entire roof. Yeah, so it's a great set. The normal ATST, that's alright. It's just 4 plus. Obi-Wan's Kenobi Jedi Starfighter was good. Obi-Wan Kenobi versus Darth Vader was not really the best set, personally. The Land Loader droid was nominated, uh, but it's just grey bricks, really. BD-1 from Jedi Fallen Order was good. The Inquisitor, the Inquisitor's Transport Scythe was good. The ATTE, now this is a great set. Like, I mean, I'm not used to building Star Wars, so just getting a whole bunch of Technic pieces and then to build a Technic frame and then system building around the side is great. Commander Cody, like, it's so cool, such a cool minifigure. Great to see him. Hopefully we get Captain Rex this year, or 2023. There's a trash compactor. That was an alright set. It did have the play feature squishing in. Luke's Land Speeder was another good set. It's just a bit out of minifig scale. Like, a problem with some of the Star Wars DCS sets is that they're too big. They're not in minifig scale anymore. They're sort of getting closer to Creator Expert vehicles scale. The Republic Fighter Tank was another good set, with Mace Windu, 187th Clone Troopers, and 187th Clone Airborne Trooper. I want to get like some form of Clone Airborne Trooper. And Battle Droids, the Dark Troop helmet was good. Lego Avatar was a great addition in 2022. I'm a big fan of the first movie, and I watched the second recently. Um, this was probably one of the better sets of the wave. It doesn't look like much, obviously, but it was quite an expensive wave with all the vinyl pieces and molding, like in the minifigures. Yeah, so some of these sets weren't the greatest, but that's because there's a lot of molding. The Torak Makato and Tree of Souls is definitely one of the best Avatar sets. It's just a really beautiful uh set. Torak Makato Dragon was really cool. Obviously, it was quite expensive with the different printing and the molding. This set is the only one with Sute and Mowat, I believe. Um, yeah. Here are some sets from the Batman. Weird to see Robert Pattinson's stray head there. uh, the Batman Face Off, but that was all for Lego DC for 2022. Apart from like a Batman Harley Quinn set, one of the problems I have with DC is that they focus way too much on Batman, and it does make sense that that's how they will get the sales. But like other characters like the Flash or Superman or Wonder Woman or Green Arrow, they'd probably get a lot of sets as demand to buy it as well. With the CW shows, the Wolverine mech armor was good. Good to see the return of the X-Men. We're still holding out for the Fantastic Four. These mechs weren't that great, but Wolverine was a good one. Gargantos Showdown, that was another good set. This was initially the only Multiverse of Madness set, which wasn't a bad representation, but we later got the Sanctum Sanctorum. Marvel sort of just went on a deep dive down after 2021 because it was a really good year. But then this Iron Man figure was just, why are they doing this? Same with the attack on New Asgard. The Goat Boat was definitely lifted up the Thor Love and Thunder wave, but like this just uses minifigs from that set. So the attack on New Asgard was probably a bit unnecessary. Thor's hammer was a great set. Like it's actually a buildable hammer. Um, in the past, Lego has talked about like censoring out weapons, but then they go ahead and build a pop culture um hammer. So I guess just staying away from guns, really. Hulkbuster, it was alright. It's way out of minifig scale. Not many people were asking for it, and it's like not that in proportion either. Like people were hoping that this set would have been like the Statue of Liberty battle from No Way Home, but like this was probably a waste of the. I wouldn't say a waste, but like probably not the right decision. And we've already had like a um UCS style model of the Hulkbuster, the same version as well, both from Age of Ultron. That was from 2018. This definitely sort of improves a bit over that, but like which just was a bit unnecessary. I haven't watched Black Panther Wakanda Forever. It's these sets are alright. Throne Room is a bit of a standout to me because of the Namor and Atuma. Black Panther War on the Water. Yeah, it was also the Black Panther bust. This was a bit of a waste as well. Like it just doesn't look right. Also, I don't think Black Panther was the right character to start it with. They should have just done Darth Vader or Iron Man. Uh, yeah, again, people were hoping this would be the Statue of Liberty battle. The Iron Man armor, this is an alright set. I'm just not a fan of the new helmets because they just look a bit too bulky. I like the inclusion of Whiplash, but they repeated the figures of Nick Fury and Pepper Potts. I'm Good was another good model. Was a good model. Good to see a life size object of the Awesome Mix Volume 1 and 2 tapes. Sanctum Sanctorum was great. Good to see the right coloration. This was the Multiverse of Madness set we we're waiting for, but obviously I would like to see like the Illuminati battle. But that was quite gory, so I don't think it's coming. The mech battle. Why are they making so many mechs? This was one of the few DC sets. Again, why? Nano Gauntlet. That was surprisingly high voted on that poll. Um, it just seems a bit unnecessary because it came out just a year after the Infinity Gauntlet. Yeah, these figures, I'm like, what? They're also a bit unnecessary. So if I'm a bit negative, the Venom one is definitely a bit better than Miles Morales and Spider-Man. Um, Harry Potter, the Divination class and the EADA class, they were alright. The Hospital Wing, that's another good set. Magical Trunk, like the Table Football, it was definitely a good parts pack. It's just a bit small. Hogwarts Carriage and Thestrals. I like the new molded Thestral. Hogwarts Courtyard Sirius's Rescue. That was alright. Hogwarts Dumbledore's Office. There was another good set. Great exterior, but the interior was not the greatest. The Ministry of Magic. It's great to see the return of, or the introduction actually, of Lego Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 1, because previously they have strayed away from uh, Deathly Hallows because they think it's a bit too violent. But then they made the Jewel of Mustafar from Star Wars Revenge of the Sith, so don't know what that's about. Yeah. The Advent Calendar was probably my favorite of the year because it had nice builds and minifigures with like Neville from Deathly Hallows Part 2. The Hogwarts Express Collector's Edition. This was a great set. I feel like it's gotten a bit too much slack. I think that's the right term. The main thing that people don't like about it is how they included two random students when they excluded adult Ron and Hermione. They were actually on the chopping left on the chopping cutting room floor. That's what it's called. Like they were initially um, meant to be part of the set, but then they were cut, which is strange. It as you can see, it is quite long, so that's um got it working against it. The platform was a bit small, but that's what they had to work with. The Hungarian Horntail Dragon was great. Um, it's definitely an improvement over the Forks and Hedwig models. It's got the same play feature, but it's actually in minifig scale, like those. The Shrieking Shack and Whomping Willow. This is a remake a bunch of people have been waiting for. Good to see the different um, detailing. The moon was glow in the dark, which is great, and there's a play feature there to spin around, where you can reveal Remus Lupin turning into a werewolf. 12 Grimmauld Place is a set that I've bought. It's an amazing set. Like there's a play feature of revealing number 12 in from behind 11 and 13, just like in the movie. Um, yeah. Lego Lightyear. This was an alright wave. This was probably the highlight, the XL-15 spaceship. Lego Speed Champions, some great sets here. The Lamborghini Countach was great to see. I have a Matchbox version of it, so I like how they introduced uh licensed vehicles um in Speed Champions with these 007 Aston Martin DB5 and the Fast and Furious 1970 Dodge Charger RT. They are doing a Nissan Skyline in 2023. So it's good to see them continuing the Fast and the Furious vehicles. Lego Jurassic World Dominion. I did watch this movie. It's alright. The This isn't a good set. The Quetzalcoatlus playing ambush was good. The T-Rex ambush. This was a good set. This was nominated as part of that poll. The Gigantosaurus and Therizinosaurus was great. The Triceratops have always been one of my favorites. Dinosaurs, along with Ankylosauruses, the ones with the big club tails. The T-Rex Breakout, along with Star Wars introduced dioramas. This is great to see the classic Jurassic Park vehicles. Overwatch, that was right, but the Horizon Forbidden West Tornek, good to see Lego branching out to more obscure game properties because I did not hadn't heard of Horizon Forbidden West until now, or until the set was revealed. Lego Monkey Kid, this was a good set. The City of Lanterns was great. But like the highlight is, oh, well, not this isn't the highlight, but the Dragon of the East was great. This was the highlight. The Heavenly Realms, like usually they stay away from anything like too religious, but then they did heaven. Like it's the architecture, the classic Chinese architecture with the pagoda um, and the clouds is really cool. Um, Chinese Lego Lunar New Year is one of my favorite themes, I reckon. The Lunar New Year traditions was great. Good to see a different bit vignettes that can be turned by twisting this top part here, and you can rotate it to show the different vignettes. The Lunar New Year Ice Festival was great. Good to see these trans pearl white 6x6 tiles to show the ice. Um, yeah, so that's about it. So thank you for stopping by. Hope you enjoyed this video and this was a good insight for LEGO 2022. So Happy New Year and I'll see you guys in the new year. Bye bye.